I was speaking to a group of people, a phenomenal group of people, a couple of days ago that I really enjoyed. But I was speaking about motivation. How do we motivate others? What I find fascinating with motivation is so much of North America is stuck in carrot and stick mode still. Now, we reward people for doing well, we punish people for doing poorly. And listen, there's an application for this. The application is a very short-term application, okay? Because it's external motivation. When you're punishing people for doing things that you don't want them to do and rewarding them for doing things that you do want them to do, that helps in the short term. It does not make a massive difference long term. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So, really cool story about Portugal. 2001, they delegalized possession of drugs. Now, if you have more than enough drugs, I think for the 10 days or so, you can still have jail time. And then the thinking behind that is that then you're selling it. You're distributing it, not simply using it. But if you're using it, no worries. If you get caught, this is what happens. You get an option to have treatment, to go to a treatment center for free, or you can go. You can walk away. And these are not simply, I mean, drugs are drugs, but these aren't simply kind of softer drugs. These are harder drugs as well. Cocaine, heroin, LSD. I think fentanyl has come into the play and in different things. And the beauty of this system is that drug activity has gone down in Portugal. Drug activity has gone down in Portugal. Here's another thing. HIV rates have gone down by something like 50%. New cases of HIV rates have gone down by 50%. There is less drug activity in Portugal than there was before the laws passed. In other European countries and in North America, drug use rates are going up. So what's going on here? We need to understand this, all right? When you motivate people through the carrot and the stick method, what the primary emotion that is going on there is fear. Okay, when people fear discipline, when people fear punishment, when people fear being laughed at or shamed or whatever, there are many ways that people do this in a family, in a business, in our culture. Then what happens, and I've talked about this in previous videos, what happens is fear is a very good short-term motivator, okay? It will motivate people short-term. What happens long-term is you lose all trust and respect of people. Look at the history of mankind for this, okay? Look at history of nations. Look at monarchies or dictatorships or whatever's going on. For a while, things get done, but then next, for a little while, things get done. Then for a long time, nothing gets done, and then there's a revolt. That's the pattern, okay? And that happens with relationships too. And in families, when fear is the dominant motivator, then kids are going to feel disconnected. And why is that? It's because we don't feel safe. We don't feel safe. So why in Portugal have drug use rates gone down? The reason they've gone down is because people feel safe to be who they are with all their warts. And so people go, wait a second, there's no shame in this anymore. And when there's no shame in this anymore, I can now be vulnerable with myself. When I can be vulnerable with myself, I'm open to change. I'm open to getting help. I'm open to growing as a human being. This is the key. This is the key. So here's my challenge to you. If you have a business, start motivating intrinsically. Start to find out what people love on their own and value them. And as you value them as employees and they feel that value, they will do more for your company. They will, automatically, because it's intrinsic. It's internal motivation. Same with kids. Motivate them internally. This takes a long time. It's not a short process, and that's okay. But value them. Make sure that they feel safe constantly. Because when they feel safe, I'm not saying pampering them. I'm not saying doing whatever they want. As long as they feel safe to talk, to be who they are, then they will open up and they will explore the world. Try this out in relationships. Try this out with people around you. You'll find amazing things start to take place.